The sold-out media on this planet would like to make people here believe that they are an intolerant bunch. And they need to get more tolerant. LotusOcean says quite the opposite. Beings here are way too tolerant.
If the man-made laws are not aligning with the universal laws, those laws have no meaning and they bring you down.
PT's predictions coming true now. PT spoke at the Theosophical Society, London in November 2019 on the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction at that time. According to Vedic astrology, Saturn and Jupiter were conjunct in Capricorn for some parts of 2020 and between September to November 2021. You will see a complete paradigm shift. PT said and explained Capricorn was an emphasis on the system, the matrix.
People will actually have to confront one thing now, like in this, like masses as a whole, people, layman from layman, that whether they believe in man-made laws, or the universal laws. There are two kinds of laws.
Yes.
Okay, there are laws of the universe. This construct you are inside, it has its laws, right? So do you want to follow these laws? The ones which are, or what you are in? Or do you want to follow the laws of the country or man-made laws of here? How much sense do man-made laws right now make?
PT was spot on when he declared the whole political system, the social-political system, the truth about it will be revealed to the masses. The COVID-19 chaos that started in 2020 is the best testimonial to that fact. In this talk, PT made an astonishing prediction when he said, you might even see a whole Earth law as a whole all over the Earth instead of country laws. PT described our times as a paradigm shift and that this Saturn-Jupiter conjunction was a true turning point as the truth about the government will keep coming out.
Every 2,000 years, we enter a new age, a calculation based on the Earth's axial precession. Our transition into the Age of Aquarius has been gaining momentum in the last 2 decades, especially since the appearance of the Internet, making knowledge more and more accessible to the wider public. Every new age of humanity brings with it a new avatar, an incarnation of divine will, a beacon of spiritual inspiration and enlightenment. The avatar is always the initiator of real change when he appears. PT, also known as Prashant Trivedi, is the avatar for this age of Aquarius.
The word avatar in Sanskrit means crossing over. Like you cross over. Avtaran. There are many purposes to an avatar. Like for example, like if an avatar comes down, it is there to raise the Bhudevi's vibrations up. That is one of the purposes. To save Bhudevi basically. Then to set up standards and precedents for future times. That is also a reason. But still the most important reason is to actually save the spirits and take them out. Give them an opportunity to get out of the physical realm of existence. That is the main purpose.
Considered by many to be the world's foremost authority on Jyotish and Vedic wisdom, PT is the leader of a Vedic revolution on this earth. He hails from an ancestry of notable Sanskrit scholars, writers, astrologers, and Ayurvedic practitioners, and was surrounded by ancient Vedic mythology and cosmology from a very young age. After completing his IIT degree, he received an invitation to undertake a spiritual pilgrimage to meet the elders of the Hopi Native American Indian tribe of Arizona. His time with the Hopi elders was of deep collective significance and heralded new times for this planet. PT walks the talk and is able to live in harmony with divine and nature. He is here to help us develop an honest foundation, something that needs to be introduced back into the world of modern spiritual teachings.
Navratri is a special time of year that has been celebrated since ancient times. PT explains in a recent talk the deeper meaning behind Navratri, something that happens twice a year. PT explains that this is a time when the balance in nature is perfect. It is the time where sun and moon are both at medium power, which means the solar and lunar principle, the basis for all life, are in harmony. PT explains astronomically why this is so. He highlights the importance of centering oneself and connecting with nature. For the last 9 years, PT has had musical plays for each of the 9 Navratri nights. Each night has a different energy, and listening to these plays with receptive ears will help one align one's vibrations with the vibrations of divine and nature. Navratri is seen as the time where the goddess Durga won over the demons. This time, which is happening right now, is about the victory of good over the forces of evil. To check out PT's amazing Navratri plays, visit his YouTube channel at LotusOcean.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
The word God is seen and heard everywhere and every day. However, its true meaning is still not clear for most beings, even to this day. The many different beliefs in the different religions of today are a perfect testimonial to that fact. Despite so many claiming to believe in God, no one has been able to explain God as clearly as PT did in a recent talk. PT declares that the English language doesn't have a term that captures the true essence of the supreme force of the multiverse.
Like Islam people will have their own God and definition, and Judaic people will have their own definition of their God, and then there is a Christian God, which has certain characteristics. And so this term is a very vague term. I would consider a very vague term, can be used in many ways. But divine is slightly more scientific term compared to God, because at least it talks about diverse. Vine means branching, diverse branching, but it hides the 5 ratio part.
Say you want to hear the truth. You say you want to hear the truth. But then you look so confused.
The root of the word cult is culture, says PT. Cult is culture without the U-R-E. PT brings up the question, why would someone want to create this word? He declares that there are beings who are afraid of real culture. Indeed, the beings who are running society, the mainstream society, make sure that it lacks culture.
Everything might be going so bad in that, within the system. Everybody might be suffering. But there's no problem with that. Right. Yeah, no problem at all. People's diseases might be rising. People's mental condition might be getting worse. Right. Every negative kind of thing possible is happening. And then wars on top of it. And 100,000 other things. But that's all okay. That's not a cult. Like if the music sounds like a rainbow sort of thing, then only the rainbow will happen in the sky.
PT's LotusOcean Sonics, unlike most mainstream music, are created on the spot and carry a truly spontaneous signature. PT describes his music as a way for him to relate to the natural environment.
You do a particular kind of sound and then a lightning storm will happen, or you do a particular kind of sounds, then a rain will happen. Or if you do a particular kind of sound, then a certain kind of sunset will happen. Okay, so there is like sound and music is for actually interaction with elements, and people forget that very quickly in this day and age, because sound and music to people is something else. It's people dealing with other people. It's nothing to do with the elements or nature anymore.
Powerful opening lines from Biomega's latest album, Kaliyug, Return of the Birdman, which came out to rock the world's ears on 4th July 2021. This is the follow-up to their debut album, Outer Edge of Musiverse, which saw a re-release in 2020. This album is not only nourishing for living entities on the planet, it is rock and roll with an evolutionary edge. Qualifying this album as prophetic is a fact. As PT declares, it gives the whole picture. The video for Voices Calling, a track off Biomega's debut album, Outer Edge of Musiverse, was screened at the Takt Film Fest in Novi Sad, Serbia in late September 2021.
They are saying you are
In his YouTube channel, Game of Tones, Best Tones on the Planet, PT explores tube amplifiers dating specifically from the 30s to the 60s. PT is a true sound expert and experimenter. He explained that tube amps made during these times produce sounds that are basically healthier. The avatar's favorite instrument is electric guitar, and for good reasons. Electric guitars are capable of covering the largest number of sounds, tones, and frequencies. It is electrical equipment. Likewise, the human body is electrical equipment and gets affected by other electrical vibrations. For this reason, PT has mentioned on numerous occasions that electric guitar is not an instrument for just anybody and should be used wisely. For a real listening experience in electric guitar, Game of Tones, Best Tones on the Planet channel is a great opportunity to experience PT's mysterious and enchanting place. Crop circles or crop designs, as far as history recalls, started to appear regularly on this planet since 1975, which is PT's birth year. They are present all over the world but happen mostly in England, where PT lives. Crop circles are interdimensional phenomena and form almost instantly. PT has explained that they are created by elementals, the forces of nature. Nature is based on phi ratio and therefore only responds to a certain level of coherence and pure intents only. Over the years, PT has had hundreds of crop circle responses to his activities. PT has pointed out many times that the Vedic symbol of creation is incorrectly chanted as Om. On the 6th July 2007, in a cave near Silbury Hill in the south of England, he did the complete Aum sound, and the next day, on the 7th day of the 7th month, 2007, a giant Aum crop circle, 1,000 yards squared, appeared 5 miles away from the cave. On 18th July 2021, this Alpha and Omega crop circle appeared in response to PT's Sudarshan Chakra declarations. On the 21st June 2020, a series of similar crop circles have started to appear. Their designs depict Sudarshan Chakras, the weapon of Narayan, the Vedic name for the Supreme Being. 2020 and 2021 have been filled with Sudarshan Chakra responses. They evidently refer to the avatar's presence on Earth, as this continuous stamping of Sudarshan Chakras can only refer to Vishnu's current incarnation. In Vedic text, the Sudarshan Chakra is described to be the strongest weapon in the world. There have been more than 20 Sudarshan Chakra responses to PT's plays and activities from the 21st June 2020 up till now.
Pity is here. Pity is here. Pity is here. The responses and the responses keep on in all the 8 directions. All the 8 directions. All the 8 directions.
Jupiter has been transiting Aquarius since June 2021 until September 14, 2021. It re-enters Aquarius from the sign Capricorn 21st November 2021 to the 13th of April 2022. PT states that all Aquarian things such as technology, internet and spirituality are rising in prominence during this time.
What is a human being supposed to do? How they supposed to behave? What should be their whole mentality? What should be their way of being? You know what I'm saying? How to deal with your own self, your own body, and how to deal with others. All these things within the Aquarian concept have to be taught. So this dissemination of this knowledge is the main job in the whole year, next year. And Jupiter Aquarius is the perfect time for people who are new. And they'll be willing teachers. So whosoever has learned however much, they can share to others. And thus others can share. So that it can be a chain reaction like that, you know. And in YouTube also, you'll see a lot of people sharing more practical stuff. And as a whole, like in the world, this whole energy will go in that direction. So you have to have that very clear that you have got to learn. People who are not willing to learn, it's not a good thing for them, right? Yeah. Okay. For those who are willing to learn, it's a very good time.
PT has been giving a series of free talks on the houses of the horoscope. PT's understanding of astrology, Vedic astrology, is unmatched. His books on Vedic astrology have completely changed this field. The talk he gave at the time of making this video was about the third house in a horoscope.
Any kind of surfing in the virtual world is third house. Its implications are more far overreaching compared to what is commonly said. I think it's a house which not enough importance is given. It's one of those houses where people don't pay much attention to it, when it is very crucial in this day and age. Because in this day and age, people are supposed to be able to get to the right thing. And, that is the onus, because that's why all this net and stuff has been given. So the onus comes on to beings in order to, they can't say that I didn't know. Onus falls on you.
Avatar descends on Earth to bring the Aquarian waters of life to the people. Peace giTa has already been translated into 11 languages and represents the core essence of Vedic knowledge and wisdom for the present age. This is the world's most sacred scriptures compiled into its most condensed and lucid form to explain the ultimate truth about life and existence. Anyone who reads this book will get new eyes to see. There are answers to all questions that the so-called popular gurus out there cannot answer, and answers to questions never before addressed and in such a direct way. Piti cuts through all lies and hypocrisy to provide a clear understanding of where we stand as a human race and what proper conduct means. Along with Piti's profound observations, Piti gives practical solutions to help one evolve spiritually and shows the only real path to bliss. Much gratitude to Piti for bringing so much light to this world.